Hi, Tim Qualls. I'm down here at Cheswood Fire Hall in Cheswood, Delaware, and we got a great event going on. It's being brought to you by the American Heart Association. The MC of tonight's event is this gentleman right here. The best way to catch you guys, because you've both been running around, but food's on the table, so I know you're going to take time. Let's talk about, first of all, Dave, let's go see what's going on tonight.
Tonight is the 4th annual Chef's Fight for Your Heart, and Chef Ludovic Bezzi and his wife Anita have done this out of their hearts, really, because of Ludo's brother dying unexpectedly of a heart attack 4 years ago in France. This really made him want to teach people how to eat, particularly working with young people. So it's a wonderful event. I've been helping them promote it for just about the whole time now, and I have my tux on. I certainly serving as MC, and I'm having a good old time, and the food is fantastic.
I was going to ask you, because you've had a bite of it. Now, this is healthy food, and this gentleman over here, I'm going to get the camera to come around here, and I'm going to...
Yeah, I'm John Pearson. I'm with the Heart Association. I'm the executive director of the Delaware chapter, and this event is a fundraiser to support the mission and cause of the American Heart Association, which is to build a healthier community in Delaware.
Yeah, when you're talking about that, people don't, you really don't think about it, but there's a lot of young people, as you get older, you start, my age, I start thinking about it a little bit more, but you never know, and it's important to get educated.
It certainly is, and heart disease isn't limited to folks that are a little bit older. There's a big cardiovascular department at Nemours Children's Hospital in North Wilmington, and I've met moms and dads who have had kids that have had strokes. The American Heart Association, not only do we do research and help hospitals deliver a high quality of care for heart disease folks, but also people that have suffered strokes.
Yeah, and then tonight, of course, this is a fundraiser trying to raise money for that cause. But if people don't, if they're not here tonight, there's still ways to get involved. You guys are always out and about doing things.
There certainly is, Tim. We've had some heart walks. We had a heart walk in Dover a couple weeks ago and a heart walk down in Georgetown. And there was a heart walk at Bellevue State Park back in September. And then later on this winter, we'll have a heart ball in Wilmington and a heart ball here in Dover. And then we have some Go Red for Women's luncheons where we raise awareness about women's heart health. And the funds that are raised there at those Go Red for Women's luncheons specifically are used to fund research that's focused on women's heart health.
Yeah, so many people involved with, and stepping up to the cause and everything, but a way that they can get and find out what's going on, website out there?
They can go to our website, www.heart.org, and coming to events like this are great opportunities to, in person, learn a little bit more about the mission and cause of our organization. And Chef Ludovic, what an amazing character. He happens to serve on our Southern Delaware Board of Directors, and he's been putting this together for us for a number of years to help raise the dollars that are needed to do the great work.
And what a fun time. I mean, when you're talking about something like this, when you're doing a fundraiser, it's important to people, and not because they're giving for the cause, but they want to have a good time, and you guys are definitely putting that on tonight.
Oh, turn out the lights. This event's a lot of fun. I'll tell you what, now I've just been with the Heart Association for about 6 months. I'm fairly new. And the very first event that I attended was the Heart Ball in Dover last year, and it was a cowboy theme. My wife came, all the ladies had their shoes off by 11 o'clock at night. They were dancing on the dance floor. We shut that place down, and folks really cut loose and enjoyed themselves.
Yeah, so your money, you're giving for a good cause, but you have a good time. You're going to spend that money going out doing something. Get involved with the Heart Association. John, lots of luck to you, and we're going to stay in touch with you and get some more word out there.
All right, Tim. Thanks for coming by.
Want to take the opportunity where the judges are not getting served right at the moment and talk to the keynote speaker, Dr. Bruscia. How are you?
I'm good this evening. Thank you.
Yeah, you got to be excited about, because you're a heart doctor.
This is actually a wonderful way to get the community involved, get them educated. They're going to go home and tell 2 friends. They're going to educate 2 friends. They're going to educate 2 friends. And over the last 4 years, this project keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're all giving this to the community, so hopefully they'll give it back.
Yeah, and then when you're talking about that, coming in and seeing important eating right, and that's kind of what this is, healthy foods.
Absolutely. Diet is the first and foremost part of a heart-healthy lifestyle, activity. All those other things go along with it, but nutrition starts young and it goes through the old. If you can make it part of your day-to-day existence and contribute that part of your heart healthy lifestyle, the rest comes easy.
Now, when you get a chance to get free advice, I'm standing, I like to, is it, 3 meals a day, is that something that you say needs to be done, or can you do, because I'm the type I eat a couple meals a day versus, is there any important time?
Most of the literature tells you multiple small frequent meals. Don't eat, a big breakfast and a big lunch and come home and have a big dinner. If you have a sensible breakfast, you graze in the middle of the morning, have a sensible lunch, graze in the afternoon, you won't be ravenous when you come home and have a sensible dinner. But the key is portion control, reduction in saturated fats, cut your carbs, stick to whole grains, fruits, nuts, and those sorts of things, and obviously staying away from too much alcohol.
Now I understand you've been involved with it since its inception.
Absolutely. Chef Ludovic and Anita came to me 4 years ago for the first event, and I felt honored actually that he came to ask. But given my profession, I could certainly give something into the Heart Healthy Chef's Fight for Your Heart, and all of us here that donate our time, I think, have committed every year after year after year, and it's just something we can give back.
You got so many people involved with this now. I mean, because it's grown.
It's grown exponentially, and we hope that it continues to get bigger every year. We want to take it statewide, and then we'll take it even bigger.
Yeah. Any info on the eating tonight? Anybody in the lead, or you got just been served one round?
No, the game isn't over until the last pitch is thrown.
Yeah, so it's good food tonight, though.
Great food, always is. These guys are very creative. I like that they're integrating, the healthfulness of the meals, making them easy, making them creative, and making them quick. And the food, the first round was great. Yeah. So Ryan Cunningham and Matt, they've got a difficult path to follow.
Yeah. Did you get full as you go along, and you say, oh well, it gets kind of hard to judge that way.
Portion control. Portion control.
Once again.
And that's a choice that I make, and that's a choice that all of you can make, and it'll obviously lead to a much healthier, longer, happy life. Thank you very much.
As we make our way around the room, I want to grab Paul real quick. And Paul's with, I want to be sure I get it right. It's your name of your company, Paul.
It's pjvideofilm.com.
Yeah, when you're talking about that, you've been down here in the southern part of Delaware, Dover, and around Middletown, and you do a lot. And tonight, you really went out of the way. I mean, you're doing a great presentation. These guys got to really appreciate what you're doing tonight.
Well, thanks. We've been doing video support for the program now for all 4 years of that they've been in existence. We shoot each chef at their restaurant. We let them talk a little about their restaurant, their cooking philosophy, and then of course what they're preparing for the Chef's Fight. And it gives them a chance to be introduced and to show off their restaurant and get a little publicity that way. And they get the videos afterwards, which they can use for their own purposes.
Yeah, and then tonight, you really went out of the way, because you've got, I see you shooting on the camera and then running over to the computer and then showing over you got a lot going on tonight. You got quite a setup.
Well, it's tough coordinating everything. I've got a couple of great interns from Polytech High School. They come from the television program. Jason Gleckler, their instructor, brings them out for me. They bring switchers and some other equipment that we need. And they learn on the job, and it's my job to kind of teach them as we go. And unfortunately, that's why I have to be everywhere.
Yeah, and you do a great job, because you're out and about the community. You're kind of like I was up in Wilmington, down here in this part of the state, constantly out. Every event I go to, there's Paul. And so you're doing that, but you do it a lot for companies. If companies need a little video shot for website, whatever, that's what your expertise is.
Right. That's my bread and butter. Is a corporate video, is doing short videos, promotionals, public relations, sales, marketing. PR, education, instruction, whatever a company needs, that's the type of communication that I provide. And I just draw on my experience. I've been in the business for 40 years now, and there's just about nothing I haven't done and nothing I can't figure out how to do, or at least try. So I guess that's what my gray hair gets me.
Yeah, yours and mine both. And so tonight's one of those nights that you can get that gray hair running around trying to do it all. And how people can get in touch with you real quick, Paul?
Well, you can always look up my website, pjvideofilm.com. That's the best way, and there's contact information on the website for you to either call me by phone or email me. Please give me a buzz. I'm happy to talk to you. We'll find out what your project's all about and figure out how we can tackle it for you.
As I make my way around the room and everything, it's important to try to grab different sponsors and everything else, but just different people that came out I looked over here, Mr. Jeff Townsend. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. What a great event.
It is a very nice event. This is our second time here, and we're having a great time.
Yeah, no, let's give yourself a plug here, because that's what it's all about, for us to give an opportunity. Since you're giving to the Heart Association, we want to be sure and give it out. Townsend Chevy.
Yeah, we're at Townsend Brothers Chevrolet, and we've been in business since 1930. And we like to donate to different charitable organizations, and the Heart Association is a wonderful association, and we just want to be a part of it.
Now, have you learned anything about eating right tonight? Are we picking up any ideas here?
Oh yes, we try to. We eat healthy at home. I mean, we grow a lot of our own vegetables, and we do it organically. And I hunt, so we eat what we hunt and fish, and so we try to eat healthy. So.
Oh, good old country boy then.
That's right.
Yeah, I like that, because we do the same thing in my house, and it's important about eating healthy, especially we get to, my age. I don't want to say your age, because I would guess that we're pretty much around the same age there.
Probably, yeah.
But you start really thinking about this, especially with your kids and everything else. You want to be around for grandkids and the whole work.
Absolutely. And in my case, my family, they have a long longevity, and so I want to be around for them. I have a father who's 87, and a mother who will be 86 this December, so we want to be around for them and for our kids too.
Yeah, God bless you. It's important, but it's very important for people to get involved, and it's not just given, but you get to enjoy what you give, because you get to come out and have a great night out.
Oh, absolutely, and the food is fantastic. I mean, for being heart healthy, it's wonderful. I mean, it tastes delicious, and I'd recommend it for anybody to come.
Mr. Jeff Townsend, thanks so much. One more time, Townsend Brothers here in Dover.
Yes, thanks very much, Tim.
We're going to be doing a little demo, but first I'd like to introduce my sous chef for the night. My sous chef's name is Anya Vaughn, and she is a friend of mine, and she bakes heart-healthy things with Marlo all the time. And what are your favorite things to cook?
Pork chops.
Pork chops, excellent.
Spaghetti, definitely.
Spaghetti's delicious.
And probably cupcakes.
Cupcakes, excellent. We have some apples that are coming from Fisher's Farm here in Dover. And these apples are all a mixture of different apples. We've actually made an apple sorbet. Sorbets are a great way to preserve your seasonal fruits. What we've done is we have made an apple cider sorbet. Now, the reason we need to get the right amount of sugar is because the sugar displaces the freezing of the ice crystals. And we're going to freeze this sorbet right now, but we're going to freeze it with a little bit of liquid nitrogen. So liquid nitrogen boils at negative 324 degrees, and it's a compressed gas. So when I put it in here, it'll go back up into the atmosphere, so it's not polluting. Now, there's something called the Leidenfrost effect. It's that my hand is so much hotter than this liquid nitrogen that as I pour some on my hand, it's actually going to boil off my hand and go back into the atmosphere. So we're going to slowly pour a little bit of liquid nitrogen here. Looks like I'm at a witch's cauldron. Boil, boil, tumble and toil. But apples are a really heart-healthy fruit. Apples have a lot of fiber, which is really good. And and what was once a liquid is now a solid. So today you'll be having this delicious apple sorbet. We're going to do it with a little bit of oat streusel and a little bit of just fresh cooked apple compote. That's for dessert. For your appetizer tonight, you guys are going to be tasting a delicious black bean soup. Black beans are very heart healthy and very delicious. So black beans actually help with digestion. They alleviate some forms of cancer, cardiovascular disease. They're very high in antioxidants of any other bean. They have folic acid, all kinds of really great things. So black beans are really great. And then for entree, you guys are going to be having a little bit of, we used a whole wheat pasta. This pasta is a whole wheat rigatoni. We have a little bit of rye flour in there as well. So a little bit of basil pesto, olive oil, so it's a very nice heart-healthy fat. A little bit of kale. As we all know, kale is a great superfood. And a little basil on top. And that's pretty much the menu tonight. So I have a side business. It's burning off warts. So afterwards, if anybody needs anything cryogenically frozen, I got you. But no, you can use a traditional freezer at home, which just, you put your sorbet base in, you put a little bit of salt and a little bit of ice. 45 minutes later, you have something that's very healthy, which you can share.
I have a question for the judges. Anybody want to try the liquid nitrogen on your hand?
No, yeah, no, I don't know if your insurance rider covers that, so I'm not. Thank you guys. Well, I hope everybody enjoys this evening. No matter who wins, when we're helping people, when we're thinking heart healthy, we're all winners. So thanks everybody for coming out.
Thank you.
I stepped back in the kitchen for a minute, get away from, well, the commotion's in here. I found out. I thought it was out there, but it's going on. Ari, how are you?
Great. How are you doing today?
You're good. Let's talk about you because, you know, I just was so excited when you came out rah in the crowd. I mean, you love this.
It's a fun event. You know, as a chef, I love to cook food, take raw pot product and make it beautiful, but I love people as well. And, you know, we do as many things to help people in the restaurant as possible. So I'm really excited to be here and happy to be cooking with these other great chefs.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about your restaurant, first of all.
Yeah, so it's called Amuse, A-M-U-S-E, and it's in 44 Baltimore Avenue in Rehoboth Beach. We opened 4 years ago on Mother's Day, and we've opened to great acclaim. We're super successful. You know, being in a beach town, it's crazy during the summer, but it's always a great time in Rehoboth. So.
Yeah, now you got to take some bows here because you're getting out there and you're doing extremely well, and a lot of speaking engagements and stuff, but nominated for some big awards.
Yeah, so I actually just got done doing a TED Talk, TEDx Wilmington, which was great. It was called The Pursuit of Happiness, Excellence, and Creativity in Life and in the Kitchen. This year I was nominated Best Chef, semifinalist for the James Beard Foundation for the Mid-Atlantic region. Great region. You know, we have chefs competing from DC and Pittsburgh, Maryland, Virginia. So to show Delaware, to put Delaware on the map is a great thing. So
yeah, well, and your energy that you bring. I mean, I'd go hear you speak anywhere you know. But on top of that, I'd go to watch you prepare food because you were doing some demonstrations out here and doing some things tonight. Of course, it's all about healthy. Not all the stuff you don't serve at your restaurant's not healthy. But this is a little bit different. This is and I talked to some people. They were raving about you. You know, you got a good shot at it out there.
Thank you. Well, again, I was the first winner of this competition, Chef's Fight for Your Heart. I love the idea of teaching people how to eat well, highlighting ingredients that are healthy, but also making it delicious. Because the bottom line, it needs to be delicious to win, and for us to share it with our families, and us to, you know, in this life, it's so easy to not eat healthy. But to eat healthy, it just takes a little bit of thought and a little bit of seasoning, using good ingredients, and cooking with love. So.
You sprinkle a little seasoning on everything you do. I can tell that just by talking to you. Sure. Pleasure meeting you. Give down to Amuse once again in Rehoboth. Yeah. I know you got to help these other guys. They helped you.
Thank you. Pleasure.
We're going to demo our first course, which is a barley farro salad. Start with some boiling chicken stock, add your barley, kind of like a 2-to-1 kind of thing, and let your liquid cook out because the barley will absorb most of the chicken stock. This is farro. It's a wheat grain, very healthy for you. Obviously, too, using these things is not gluten-free for all the gluten-free people in the building, but we're going to go right in there with that. Jackson, you want to fire those mushrooms in there? These are roasted maitake and shiitake mushrooms. I like maitakes for flavor, and shiitakes more for the texture of them. So you're gonna give that a little stir. Yeah, get all in there, buddy. So make it the mushrooms kind of give it that earthy flavor, which kind of goes hand in hand with barley and farro. These are dried cherries. That's going to kind of add our sweetness to it, so we have a nice balanced salad. Throw this in there, big guy. This is Evans Farm kabocha squash. Kind of a newer thing that a lot of chefs are using. Not as sweet as butternut, but it's very close to a butternut squash. Not in look, but in taste and color, obviously. We just did a light roast on this. We skinned it, we seeded it, we diced it real small, and we roasted it at like, I don't know, 275 covered, salt and pepper, just so you don't kind of lose anything. It doesn't brown, it doesn't dry out, so you kind of keep that nice, you know, flavor and moisture to it. So we're gonna fire that in there. We're gonna stir that up. Man.
How did you get the passion for cooking?
I don't know. My dad cooked.
Good answer. He stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Next thing we're gonna add is our toasted pumpkin seeds, pepitas. Yeah, Jackson loves pepitas.
Yeah, I put them on my seed project.
Yeah, right. This is right here, this is a vinaigrette that we made with porcini mushrooms, and we dehydrated them, we grinded them,
And then we made a vinaigrette with sherry vinegar, a touch of all natural honey, just to accentuate that. A little porcini and just a little bit of olive oil. And you want to make sure your barley and your farro are going to really absorb your liquid because they're like little sponges. So this is basically, I mean, you can do this by itself. You can eat this by itself. You can put a steak on. Oh no, you wouldn't want to put a steak on it. You can put a piece of chicken, organic chicken on it. You can put a piece of fish on it. Yeah, I caught myself a little bit. And you're basically just going to go in the bowl with it. And you can serve it just like that. Very healthy vegetarian item. Clearly not vegan because we cooked the farro and the barley with chicken stock, but you can definitely use water or vegetable stock, anything like that if you do vegan. But it's very delicious, as you're probably tasting right now. We love the barley salad. My mentor Kevin Reading taught me how to make this salad years and years ago. So I've kind of made my little variation on it, and there it is.
Yeah, and
the barley farro fall Evans Farm kabocha squash salad. Oh, thanks, buddy. Good to see you, man. Pleasure.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy.
I'm gonna grab the youngest chef we got out here. What's your name?
Jackson.
Jackson, and your dad was up there. He's preparing some meals. What are you guys cooking tonight?
We were doing I remember the protein was tuna, and the dessert was cream cheese
You're making me hungry. You realize that?
with blackberries and granola, and then there is that green stuff.
That green stuff.
Yeah.
Now, what's your dad's restaurant?
Abbott's on Broad Creek, and in Milford there's Abbott's Grill, just plain Abbott's Grill.
Right, and then you got the one down in Laurel.
Yeah.
You're taking over the whole state.
Yay!
Are you learning how to cook?
Yeah. My dad's also, Abbott's is building this thing in Dover. It's called Bits Express. It's for all the patients at this one hospital, and
And you're learning from your dad. You're going to take over the business and run it all one day.
that's probably my brother,
Oh, that's probably your brother. All right. Once again, what was your name again?
Jackson Cunningham.
Jackson Cunningham, the Jackson Cunningham from Abbott. So check it out. Thank you so much. As I start to wrap up everything for the night, Dave Skosik, first of all, let me say thank you for inviting us down.
Thank you so much for coming here. It's a wonderful event, and we're good to see you.
Yeah, now I'm going to wrap it up with the guy that if you would, you can do the proper introductions.
Chef Ludovic Bézy is a French-born chef. We hear about French chefs. He's a real one here. He came here a number of years ago, but 4 years ago he lost a brother in France due to a heart attack that was completely unexpected. Made him very sensitive to healthy eating, and he's really reached out, he and his wife, to try to educate people, particularly young people, on healthy eating. So I'm so happy to know him and to be with him tonight.
Yeah, and I'm excited to get down here and find out about this. 4 years of doing this, and you've got to be tickled to death.
I love it. I mean, that's number 4 with all the returning champion. I mean, that's wonderful. And I think at least we try to change the world a little bit at a time, starting our close community.
Now, are you still cooking now? You're a chef now?
Yes, I'm the executive chef at Michel's at Dover Downs.
Oh, at Dover Downs. I think I've eaten there. I didn't know that. So I have eaten your food. Very good.
Thank you. I mean, I think when you're a chef, you got to love it. It's a passion. There's so much work involved into it that you gotta love it.
Have you tasted any of the food tonight?
Yeah, I tried the first dish, but not the second yet, but it was very good.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I tasted the first one. I'm thinking I want more of this. Yeah. But now the second one's coming out right now.
Hey, that's 9 dishes all night. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and it goes on. What a great event. You're doing a great job. It's a great event and everything. Got a lot of people involved. Once again, it's down here and it's raising money for the American Heart Association. Thank you so much for letting us invade.
Thank you. Thank you very much.